Police looking at noise pollution offenders in Signal Hill. Residents complain about reckless driving also in Signal Hill, and the teachers key to transforming education system.
Info
Update.
bringing you the latest
News, views, and reviews.
along with responses
Comments and events.
affecting you.
brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Signal Hill residents had their turn to meet with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. There's one issue in particular they're concerned about. Here are the details.
Feds, bars, and even noisy vehicles. Signal Hill residents say they are disturbed by the level of noise pollution in their community. Resident Carlton Corbin says the matter had reached the courts, but this hasn't stopped the offenders. He's asking the police to step in and solve the problem.
They pass a ruling on it, and the same thing being going over. The feds stop, but at night you can't even listen to your phone. You can't watch your television. I had to build my room in my house to try to put things in the ceiling. Spend a lot of money trying to get sleep. It's hard, we really tough.
Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Mr. Garfield Moore says the police have had challenges in dealing with the problem. However, he says the police are keeping a very close eye on the Signal Hill bars.
So we are monitoring that this year to ensure that if they go to the court in Tobago, that they doesn't have an alteration of their present license. In addition to that, we are looking at those bars right now because we had Corporal Paul, who is from the EMA, was here last Friday, and we are going to deal with those bars specifically.
Mr. Moore says they can shut down the bars if they exceed the stipulated noise level. I'm Josanne Brassi for Info Update.
Speeding is another issue residents of Signal Hill once addressed. Omadara Mills tells us more.
Eugene Phillip, a resident of Signal Hill, says the recklessness of young drivers speeding and doing wheelies in the area is a major safety issue.
Just the other night, one of the guys, they're doing this thing with the wheels, making all this set of smoke. Like all the traffic had to stop because they couldn't see.
Mr. Phillip wants more covert police patrols in Signal Hill to catch the perpetrators in the act. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Mr. Garfield Moore responds.
You would have spoken to me about that challenge of the car wheeling right in that area. But Mr. Phillip, I want to just find out whether or not a report of accident would have been made in that regard, because had you made a report of an accident, that person could have been charged, and then you could have had compensation either through the insurance or the case may be.
Mr. Moore says the residents should not have to live in fear of reckless drivers in the neighborhood. He says if the residents can identify some of the drivers, it will allow the police to target them and curb the practice. I'm Omadara Mills for Info Update.
Teachers play a very important role in society. That's why several of the island's retired teachers were honored last week for long-standing dedication and service. Here's more.
Teachers aren't just educators. They play a very pivotal role in students' overall development. Tutors Tobago President Orlando Kerr says the country's education system needs a transformation, and the teachers are the vehicle for that change.
Teachers in Trinidad and Tobago must therefore closely examine their roles in the process of education of our charges. Students can reach their maximum potential if given the necessary guidance by our nation teachers.
This year's celebration was themed Maneuvering the New Educational Landscape in Trinidad and Tobago. Rethink, Recharge, Repositioned, and Restart. Dr. Verlene Bob Lewis, Technical Advisor to the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, also had words of encouragement for the island's teachers.
We are depending on you. We are relying on you to help us in maneuvering this maze that is education in Trinidad and Tobago. We are still fortunate. There are still things that are within our grasp. There's still some aspects are within our reach. We are not too far gone.
Dr. Bob Lewis said teachers have a great responsibility to ensure that equality in education is provided to all children in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Caroline Wallace for Info Update.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Davia Chambers, and you've been listening to Info Updates.